You know, it's very much a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. Lowrider means it's a car that's slow. You know, it's a lowered vehicle.
Everybody kind of wants to put their own twist on it to express themselves. You don't want to be one of the norm.
But to sit there and hold this big steering wheel, throttle the gas, and to feel the response and the wrapping of the pipes, and there's just something magical about feeling that nostalgia of that vehicle.
You hop in your car, you get going, and you just kind of forget about everything else.
I'm not a different person. I'm just in a different place.
Lowriding for me is a family thing. My car club is my extension of my family, community, everybody helping each other out.
It's in my genes, it's in my blood. It's my family.
So there's a negative perception about lowriding. If you had a lowrider, you're directly related to a gang association. I mean, you got police officers that are lowriders. You got guys in the military that are lowriders. You got CEOs of big companies that are lowriders. The really cool thing about the automotive culture is that people are really friendly, especially in the lowrider community. Some of these guys hold a lot of charity events. So being a lowrider doesn't mean that you have to fit a certain demographic. It just means that you're into a certain style of car.
Lowriding started in California. Without California, there would be no custom car scene, whether it's with lowriding, hot rods, everything started in California. Custom paint jobs, chroming certain parts, flashing interiors, lowering the vehicle, going with hydraulics, airbags. Lowriding is about getting a vintage vehicle and customizing it to how you see fit as far as your self-expression goes.
My reason for photographing originally was to document for my own purposes the pictures that I couldn't see in a magazine. Met a lot of people who were into the scene, especially the older lowriders. I decided to build a car myself.
The Bloody Mary, it's one of those projects that was like a labor of love. A lot of the styles of the cars that we like to build primarily focus on building vehicles that are pre-74. And to actually have a car that looks like 8mm footage of that vehicle is amazing. This is what I do for a living. This is what I like. This is who I am as a person. I'm a car guy. And when you're driving these cars, you don't even realize people are staring at you all the time. My brother and I have driven old cars daily for years. He was driving a 58 Chevy wagon. One time he's at a local car show and he's got the wagon there and he's hanging out and this guy comes up to him and goes, "Hey man, you drive the 4.5 every morning, right?" He goes, yeah. He goes, "You don't understand, man. I make sure I get up on time so I can see your wagon every morning on the way to work." Just about the love of the car and having a good time with it and driving it.
This is my 1965 Chevy Malibu. And my father bought it for me back in 1980 when I got out of high school. And with the help of my brother and some of my club mates, we were able to rebuild it.
My name is Sylvia Lugo, and this is a 1969 Caprice. I lowride in memory of my husband, Danny Lugo.
I'm not driving a 2014 Honda Civic and sitting in line with the rest of the Joes, you know? I'm driving my 66 Suburban or my 53 Chevy truck, and I'm just having a good time. It feels good to be inside that car. The beauty of lowrider culture and automotive culture, in fact, is that there's always room to grow. As long as we can drive our cars, there's always room for more people to join in and enjoy the hobby.